which is really broad, but I'm gonna go into it deeper. First, I'm gonna say, what is drama but life with the dull bits cut out? This is said by Alfred Hitchcock, who is one of the really important directors of our film history. Unfortunately, he's dead now, but he was a really big part of the industry during the 50s, 60s. He died in the 80s, I think. But he did a lot of dramas. He did a lot of he loved to do movies about murders and a little bit more splashy stuff. But he had a really big impact on the film industry. This is a really, really big business. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. According to a website I found online, which is called thenumbers.com, and they're actually measuring the whole movie sales projection. And in 2010, the number of movie tickets sold was 1.33 billion tickets. Let me see that billion, which is a lot. And this is actually this is earnings of $10.46 billion. And it's only going up. The next few years, they have estimated that next year is probably going to be 1.40, and years after it's going to raise with like 10 millions every time. So this is why I think it's really important to know something about the movie industry because it impacts us a lot. Also said by Steven Spielberg, who is a really movie producer too, he says that movies reflect our cultural heritage from the period in time in which they were made. So not only is it a big part of our everyday, movies are also important because they tell us about the history of what happened before, what's happening now, and maybe what's going to happen in the future. During my speech, I want to talk about three producers that I really like, and I'm pretty sure you guys know them too. So yeah, I'm going to start off with talk about Steven Spielberg, then I'm going to talk about Peter Jackson, and then finally I'm going to talk about James Cameron. And if you don't know who they are, you're going to know it after. So, first person, I'm going to put up here, Steven Spielberg, there in the top. And I'm pretty sure you've all heard about him. And some of the movies that we know him for is E.T., Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, all three of them, and Saving Private Ryan, which is all to me very good movies, and they all impacted me a lot. Actually, right now he's working on The Adventures of Tintin, which is my big hero and inspiration for becoming a journalist. So yeah, he's a really important person when it comes to the film industry. He's both a producer, director, and a writer. He's born in 1946, and he was born in Ohio. He has won 3 Oscars, and he has 124 other winnings, and he has 82 nominations. When you talk about how he directs and produces, according to an article in the New York Times, where they talk about Indiana Jones, they quote him to say that he wants to do the shots the way Chaplin and Keaton would. Everything happening before the eyes of the audience without cut. So basically, it's really important to know that Steven Spielberg really wants to do it the old-fashioned way. And he's very inspired by the old movies. So yeah, he seeks to film clip more like they did in the old days. He also says every shot is like a circus act. So that gives a pretty good idea of how he feels about it. When watching his movies, he actually has some trademarks to look for I think that's really interesting, and hopefully you can catch on to some of them next time you watch a Steven Spielberg movie. Um, see, yeah, he likes to use flashlights in the dark scenes, which I don't remember all the movies like in details, but I'm sure they used it in Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones. Um, and he often portrays children in danger. He likes to reference to Disney movies and music. And also he likes to have the main characters to be normal people who finds or explores something extraordinary. Um, yeah, so this leads me to my next producer, which is Peter Jackson, or Sir Peter Jackson he's called. I'm not sure why actually, but that was kind of interesting. Maybe you don't know him that well by name, but by his movies, he produced all three Lord of the Rings. He produced King Kong, which is one of my favorite movies. And now he is working on The Hobbit, which is gonna be awesome too, I'm sure. And something called Battle Angel. I actually don't know about that one. And he's working together with Steven Spielberg on Tintin, which that one is gonna come out. I think it's December 21st. So yeah, Sir Peter Jackson, he's the producer of 8 films. He is supposed to have been made $1.36 billion, which is a lot, but actually it's not as much as Steven Spielberg. He has made $3.82 billion. So, but it's up there, both of them. He is born in New Zealand in 1961. He has won 3 Oscars as well, 82 other winnings, and 69 nominations. In the beginning, he actually started out as making a lot of horror movies, which is kind of funny because he's actually born on Halloween. So he was really into the whole horror scene. And he's one of the biggest users of computer technology, digital special effects, and stuff like that. And as I said, King Kong is like one of his biggest movies. He always talks about how he started out making movies because of King Kong, the first movie in I think it was 1933. Which was his like big inspiration. So his biggest dream was to make a new age King Kong movie, which he got to do. In the New York Times, when they talk about his way of producing and directing, they talk about a new technology that he is filming, which is called 48 frame shooting. And he talks about how it's more lifelike, and it's because movies have been shot with 24 frames per second since the 1920s, and now he's starting to use this new technology instead. So it's clear to say that he's going to have a really big impact on the movie industry in general. His trademarks, when you are going to watch his movies, you can look for most often it's produced in his homeland, New Zealand. And just a little funny, quirky thing that people on the set tells how he always, if he can, he wears shorts and no shoes for some reason. Also, if you also, if you look at his movies, he almost always has a cameo appearance in his movies, which means he appears in his own movies. So you can find him in The Lord of the Rings, really small. He just walks by. You can find him in King Kong too, and maybe he's gonna be in The Hobbit and Battle Angel as well. The third producer, James Cameron, which I actually didn't really know by name, but he is the one who made Titanic. He's the one who made Terminator. He's the one who made Avatar, which is a really big movie too. Right now he's working on Avatar 2 and 3, which is going to come out, I think they're talking about like 2014, 16, so it's still going to be a while. But yeah, he is Oh yeah, he is actually called Iron Jim. He's called Iron Jim because he's said to be really mean on the set because he wants things to be perfect, but he's actually a really nice person in real life. But yeah, James Cameron, producer of 9 films. He has made $1.92 billion. He was born in 1954 in Canada. Winners of 3 Oscars as well. 46 wins and 34 nominations. He also used 48 frame shooting as Peter Jackson does, and he's going to use it on the Avatar movies, of course. And he is said to be on the set. He's said to be like a multi-talent man. He says how he actually does his own makeup sometimes because he doesn't want that many people on the set. Okay. His trademarks is drunk people characters. He uses a lot of machines in his movies. And he always has someone yelling, "Go, go, go," in his movies. So to wrap it up quickly, now you know a little bit about the 3 really, really big producers in today's movie industry. So if you want to go watch Tintin or any of the other movies with me and look for trademarks, you're all welcome.